By the way, I apologize for the people that listen to the podcast. You missed my intro because I forgot to hit the record button, but we're recording now. But anyway, this was what made America great. Anybody could seize upon the American dream. And then they decided, and I say they, who? The bankers, they didn't like it. They hated it. That's why they don't even want to teach you in the history books. Hey, guess what, guys? America became the greatest country on earth without a central bank. It's true. It's a fact. We've had this central bank for 120, is it 120? No, 110, 112 years now. 112 years. These guys have taken over. Look what they've done. They took $20. You know, this is a great example. Think about if you had somebody in 1913 and they took 5 $20 gold pieces and 5 $20 bills and hit it in the wall somewhere. And then reality TV comes in. Oh my gosh, let's revamp this house. Tear down these walls. Let's just somehow, by a miracle, the $20 bills hadn't disintegrated. Well, you found $100. Right? I mean, if you go to, I don't know, Applebee's or Chili's or something like that, maybe you could take the wife and the 2 kids to dinner. Maybe. If you don't go anywhere, kind of nice. And you don't have alcohol. The 5 gold pieces, those $20 gold pieces, right now, $20 gold pieces are on a smoking sale at $35.25. Why? Well, because gold is $35.60. Really, $35.61 right now. $17,625. That's what you need to have the equivalent buying power from 112 years ago. Congratulations. Way to go. My God. How in the world do we tolerate this nonsense that we call the central bank? This is what they've done. And guess what? I got a secret for you. It's going to get a lot worse. A lot worse. Something happened this last month that hasn't happened since the United States debt was about $3 trillion. I'll tell you about it next. 800-951-0592. Let's take a quick look at the market here. The Dow's down 105. The S&P and the NASDAQ are higher right now. The 10-year note, really crazy stuff here. So the 30-year note hit 5% this morning. The 10-year note, 430. Then we got the JOLTS number. For those of you that don't know what that is, that's job openings. Big miss to the downside. Remember now, we need bad news. For the first time since COVID, we now have more unemployed people than job openings. So that kind of saved the day, kind of for the bond market. The 10-year note, 4.25. The Japanese 10-year, we're watching here. I know it's only 1.63, and you'd think, well, that's not bad. I mean, that's hardly anything in Japan. That is a lot. We'll continue to watch here. Listen, have you figured it out yet? I'm trying to help you. None of us want it. We don't want this, but it's coming. Every bubble's bigger than the last. And guess what's bigger than any bubble? The bond market. It's coming. It's going to burst. I don't know the day, but every day we get closer. And it gets scary as you know what out there. By the time you figure it out, because, unfortunately for us, they want you to believe that watching the stock market's the leading indicator. It's the biggest lagger. It's the last thing to go. Remember the financial crisis? Do you know when the financial crisis really started? Anybody? It was the end of 2024 or the end of 2004. When did Wall Street crash? It really, it crashed sort of at the end of 2007 and then really crashed in 2008. Remember? Yep. But it started way before that. For you guys in Arizona, you know I'm right. Remember, people used to line up in the desert. Right? They'd put a mobile home out there and say, yeah, they'd have a map. It's going to be the next the next 1,000 homes. And you got to pay $10,000 for this lot and $20,000 for this lot. And people were coming from everywhere. Remember 2005? They all disappeared. They were gone. Very quietly, that mobile home disappeared. Some of those subdivisions, remember, they were grading the land. Some of them even had the roads not paved, but the roads done, right? They had the curbing, getting ready to pave the roads, and just stopped. But Wall Street didn't go for a while yet. It's getting ready, guys. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. Gold up 30. $3,564. Listen, for the first time in a while, we ended up with way less $20 gold pieces yesterday. I'm going to tell you right now, you're saving $100 right now at $35.25. Okay, think about what is. I went to public school. $40 under spot for these 20s. You better buy as many as you can. If you have big money sitting in the bank, what are you doing? You know I'm right.
You know, Joe, I heard something interesting yesterday. Check this out. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, the big market guy. See, he's the big stock market guy. He hates gold. He hates gold. But he understands markets.
Yeah.
He, second, because they won't let you know when he's investing. You have to wait. So second quarter came out. And it's not a huge position, but he just put a bunch of money into D.R. Horton and Lennar homes. And here's the tricky thing about that investment. Is he doing this because he thinks home building is just going to be so great? Or is it that these companies, these two in particular, have very little debt, even though they're huge? Which means he's hedging. He has all this cash on the side. He doesn't know where to put it. I think Warren Buffett's worried. It's like, and he knows, well, I better not stay in cash too long. And look what gold's doing suddenly this week. Look at the leading indicator of inflation is gold and silver. And if gold and silver start taking off again, here comes this inflation probably, Joe. And what's he doing? Well, I'll put it in homes. I don't want to.
Got to remember,
so
rates are going to come down. The Treasury said, we're going to do something on housing, right? We don't know what. We're going to declare an emergency.
He probably knows, too.
Yeah. Don't be dumb here. By the way, let's talk silver. Yeah, it's up again.
A lot.
$41.11 right now. I have 20 rolls. I don't know how I grew, but I grew rolls of maple leafs yesterday. I have 20 rolls of maple leafs, silver maple leafs. Remember, the Canadians put 25 ounces in their rolls. They're $1,000. That is right now $1.11 below spot. It's like $2.35 or so, 36 cents below cost. And I've got 20 rolls of them.
This stuff isn't going to last forever, you guys. We've been doing this for the last couple of months, and how
did we get all this? Why are we able to do it? It's only because a lot of people have traded their gold and silver to get Texit. That's why we have these great deals. If we didn't have that, you wouldn't get these great deals.
It won't last forever.
No, I'll tell you right now. What have I told you?
$1 under spot for Canadian silver.
$4,000 gold. It's pretty much here. I hate to say it, but it is. Look at TV gold. 36.30 for the December gold contract. Look at silver. It's a September contract, and it's at 41.51. Right? The spot market still got 40 more cents. Again, silver is going to 50. The question's going to be, how much above 50 is it going to? I don't know. My first observation is I think we'll hit 60. We'll consolidate in the 50s. And then they're going to take a run at 100. That's just where I see it. Especially, got to remember now, everything's vital now. Was it Bill Clinton? Remember Bill Clinton sold? We used to have a copper stockpile, a silver stockpile, right? All that stuff that we thought was, hey, these are important metals. Remember, we got rid of it all. Well, guess what's back, Jason? Trump administration, man, we got to have these stockpiles. Otherwise, we're going to have a problem here.
Otherwise, the tariffs might be met with higher copper and silver prices. Is that what I just heard?
Yeah. By the way, no word yet on Lisa Cook. No word yet. The Trump administration is going to go to the Supreme Court about the legality of the tariffs that were struck down. I will say this. If the Supreme Court upholds this, and there's an argument to be made, in full disclosure, I think they will allow it. I do. I hope. Maybe that's the problem. I'm hoping they allow it. Legally, it's kind of sketchy, kind of shaky, whether Trump could actually do what he did or not. If they don't allow it, it will be an absolute disaster. Gold and silver will be out of sight, and Wall Street will be in hemorrhage. The bond market, bad things will happen. By the way, I think the Federal Reserve is going to finally officially end quantitative tightening. As I've told you all along, it's just a matter of time before quantitative easing makes a comeback, as the whole world is turning away from the U.S. dollar in Treasuries for the first time since the 90s, the mid-90s. Central banks around the world now hold more gold than U.S. Treasuries. Incredible when you think about it, especially the fact when you think about we've got a debt that's approaching $38 trillion on our way to $50 trillion. and you're telling me the central banks have bought so much gold now they hold more gold than they hold in U.S. Treasuries. And then the worst part about it is this is what they are officially saying that they hold. Unfortunately, no one actually believes that's all the gold that these central banks hold, right? So I ask you guys, if the rest of the world is saying, okay, I want you to, here's how this works. The Treasury market is the bank for the world, right? That's where they go. Central banks, they don't keep money in the bank, right? Big corporations, Apple and all that, until you know, they're owned by the government now. But you get Google, all of them, they buy treasuries. They don't leave money in the bank. Sovereign wealth funds. You know what they're saying? I don't want all this money there. Remember, the bond market's like their bank. And they're all looking at the reality, which is, man, you could really actually argue that they should be raising rates and causing a depression to tame inflation. They know that's what should happen. But they're like, hey, they're going to go the other way. Let's get out of this. And this is kind of what I've been telling everybody. You got big money sitting in your bank account. What are you doing? So you're playing a fool's game. The dollar is ready to take the next leg down. And that's what this has been. Right? Is, okay, wait a minute. In the late 90s, you're going to pay the debt off. And then it all blew up. And now you're saying, well, if we just somehow go into more debt, we can just grow the economy faster than the debt.
Yeah.
But it didn't work for the first 40 trillion. Why is it going to work for the next 40? It's not, and it's not supposed to work, Jason. That's the whole problem. They already know. They've already got the plan. They've already got the plan, you guys. We're just guessing as to what it is. We know it has to do with digital, right? We know that. 800-951-0592. $20 gold. Right now, we got about 25 ounces at this price. That's it. That's one guy. Be gone. And then look out, right? Gold, 35.65. Jeez, 35.65. On its way to 4, probably 5. There's a lot of people talking about revaluation, 10, 20,000. It's not good. We still got time. A year maybe 2. If we're lucky. I hope you're smart and put it away. Silver, you can't get a better deal. Government hallmark, Canadian silver, you guys know. No offense. Our Eagles are nice looking. They're nicer. They are. The Canadian make some of the greatest stuff. They really do. I don't know how they do it. But I got 20 rolls. It's like a case. Canadian Maple Leafs. It's 25 ounces in a roll, and you're talking about buying them, for $1.15 under spot, under melt.
We're selling silver under spot as it's roaring upwards.
Yes.
We're not going to hear these things for very much longer. Since I've been a part of Patriot for 8 years, there's different things that happen at different times. Even before, I was selling gold and silver before I joined Joe. In this particular situation with governments and central banks hogging up gold and silver, this hasn't happened where retail is so sluggish and the prices won't come down because it's being sent to the smelters and turned into 1,000-ounce deliverable bars and 100-ounce deliverable gold bars, and that's what's happening. And smelters don't give you money. Smelters have to lose some of the product in the process, and they give the lowest price. So we don't get a lot when we sell the stuff back. Joe doesn't want to sell the stuff back to the wholesalers. He wants you guys to get it.
Right? Simple. 800-951-0592. Big conference call yesterday with Texit. I've been pretty convinced all along. I am beyond convinced now. This is Texit is not going away. It looks like, I'll just say this. It looks like we will be the preeminent sponsor for the Dallas Stars hockey team. Pretty cool deal. But that's what crypto does, the crypto-rich companies. You guys need to start getting comfortable with the fact that a lot of you are going to make a lot of money. That's a fact. You bought a 27-pack, you guys are going to make an incredible amount of money. And you need to get comfortable with it. Your family members are going to come out of the woodwork. I firmly believe this, wanting to borrow money in the whole 9 yards. I know exactly what's coming. I've been sworn to secrecy. But wow. By the way, I will say our friends overseas, it's already started. Texit has arrived, and it's not going to stop. One of the big things that I don't want to say ignorant, they just don't know. People are saying, they've sold all this hash, but where's the mine? Where is it? Right? Well, the utility in Texas and Victoria has now said the power will be on in less than 2 weeks, which means the first of the mega mines will go live. I want people to know we're approaching 10%. We're going to hit that number like this week. The mine will be 10% sold. That's 10 million mega hash. We have bought more equipment than what is needed. Because 10 million mega hash, that would be 3 of these mega mines. Well, we've already fully paid for 4 and almost have paid for another 4 already. But we have enough of the best mining equipment in the world to fill all of them. So we actually are way ahead of schedule. And you guys know this. I've been telling you this. We are ahead of schedule.
And listen, garbage coins, meme coins, other failed blockchains, they don't talk about what Joe's talking about. No. This is a business, and there's actually people. A lot of cryptos don't have an organization. We have a small one, but it's a lot bigger than the guy in his basement saying, hey, buy this crap. That's not what this is. I know a lot of people think, and I see some of these people that don't know what it is. And what Joe's talking about is a business invention,
not a scam.
And it's very,
not a
very
pump
well
and dump.
done.
By the way, I want to address the pump and dump, the rug pull. Do you know if you took our 100 largest holders, that right now, every week, the amount of coins they hold drops as a percentage, right? It was, when I first started, they owned like 60% of the mine. Now it's down to 42%. When the mine is 100% full, you could take the largest 100 owners of it, and you're only going to have like 20%, right? You can't do rug pulls and pump and dumps, right? You got to have like 2 or 3 guys that hold the majority of the coins. But that's not what this is. It's just idiotic statements from people that don't know. I'll say this. For those of you, and I know there's so many of you, you want to be stubborn. You don't think it can't be real. Can't be. Remember when Bitcoin kind of hit it, and they were talking about all these Bitcoin millionaires, and there's these young kids, and they took over Miami and took over Las Vegas, and they were sitting courtside at the NBA games, and like, how do they have this money? That was before the banks took over Bitcoin. Crypto rich. Get used to it. Hell, be smart and be a part of it. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason. Again, $20 gold pieces, $35, $25, $40 under spot. There's like 25 ounces I still have. We'll see how many people want to trade some gold for Texas. You need less gold and silver now to get into Texas than you did a month and a half ago. And then silver, $41.15. And we've got Canadian Maple Leafs at $40. So the roll's $1,000 at 800-951-0592. That is the same number to call for Texit. Listen, see, it used to be when Bitcoin first came out, it truly was. Anybody could do it. We didn't know how. We didn't know what it meant. The tech guys did. The tech geeks did. Hey, I know how to set up a server and a miner. Then I can just set it up in my house with all of these other guys, and we can start getting some Bitcoins. Think about it. It was like 2 cents, 3 cents. 5 cents, and then it went to 100, then it went to 1,000. This is a little different because I want to explain to you what we call being a miner at Texas is. There is no competition. See, the thing with being those Bitcoin miners, you didn't know if you'd win from one day to the next. Now you can't win at all, right? It's all the big guys, right? They got mega warehouses. They're the only ones that win. We have a mine that makes 95,000 coins a day, and it doesn't matter how big the mine is. We can do that with like one server. Seriously. What we do is allow you to buy your piece of the mine. We're crowdsourcing, building this mega mine. As I told you, if you buy one share at $9.95, when the mine is full sometime in February, maybe January, you're going to get 0.095 coins a day. Period. Forever. Well, not ever, but maybe way before, we'll be long gone. And the mine will still be kicking and putting them out. What is going to give it value? Right? Why is it? Listen, I'm going to say this. 16's in the bag. It's in the bag. And I know it. It's in the bag. What happens after 16? Why would this still have value? For one, that 100 million mega hash mine is powerful. As I told you yesterday, will be one of the premier block winners for Litecoin and Dogecoin in the world. We have our layer 2's already done. We already know what's going to happen. I won't share any more than what I've already shared. But this is something, like I said, if you're in with us, you're guaranteed a piece of this mine. When February comes and the mine is full, that's it. All you can do is what you can do now. Notice how people aren't crypto rich anymore. You never hear that anymore. Why? Because the banks and the hedge fund, they fund these mines. And guess what they get as the reward? They get the coins. They get them. They make sure, we can't have guys in their bedroom that, let's face it, we're kind of weird in school and we're kind of geeky and nerdy and still live in mommy's basement. We can't have those guys becoming millionaires. Can't. And they changed the rules. This is going back. That's why Bobby always said, hey, this is everyone's second chance at it. And you know what I love about Bobby? You know what the one thing he says? I'm going to have the most, right? Right? He's on, hey, believe me, this thing wins, and he wins. By the way, he has committed from day one. He won't sell any of his until 2029. He matter of fact, reaffirmed that yesterday, which, you know, he's part of the 100 largest holders of the coin. But I want people to understand this isn't a joke. Yes, good things can happen to you. I think for a lot of people, and we're, you know, let's face it, we always talk about bad stuff here. Look at what I talked about today. Oh, crap. The bond market having problems again. 30-year note went crazy. Thank God we got a really crappy job opening. Like all the jobs disappeared. Thank God for that. Oh, and by the way, central banks now hold more gold than they have treasuries. No, don't worry. Everything's fine. Right? That's bad.
Yeah.
It's crappy.
Warren Buffett.
This isn't that.
Warren Buffett didn't buy treasuries. He bought stocks in home
Warren
companies.
Buffett ran from them. I'm going to tell you, this is real. There's going to be a big party in Victoria when they flip the mine on. Any of you can go. I'll tell you when it's official. We're waiting on the utility hasn't told us the exact date yet, but they said it'll be done within 2 weeks. Take a chance. That's all I'm saying. What's the worst that's going to happen? Right? What? You're out some money? I doubt that's going to be. Patriot Radio News Hour, final segment coming up. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. Again, $20 gold pieces, $40 below spot, $35.25. And then, of course, well, geez. Canadian silver now $1.25 below spot. Spot now $41.25. Canadian maple leafs, they're $40, and there's 25 in a roll, $1,000 for the roll at 800-951-0592. How about this? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna incentivize for those of you. You got to be brand new and unsponsored. If you're brand new and unsponsored, and text it if you sign up for anything from a 1-pack to a 5-pack, I'll give you 10 Texas coin. If you sign up for a 9-pack, I'll give you 50 Texas coin. If you sign up for the 27-pack, I'll give you 100. That's how confident I am in where this is heading. So if you're new, you haven't called, you haven't done anything, I'm going to incentivize you to reach out and get in. Can you trade gold and silver for Texas? Absolutely. Lots of you have done it. Can you buy gold and silver with Texas from Patriot? Yup. And we've had a lot of people start doing it. Why? Because they've already made their money back. Now they want their gold back that they used to buy it. You can do it any way you like. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's happening. And yes, we deserve the opportunity. The problem is the opportunity doesn't last very long. I mean, let's face it, up until, May, hardly anybody had ever heard about Texas coin. Now here we sit. Think about this. It's the 3rd of September, and we just are dotting the I's and crossing the T's on being the major sponsor of the Dallas Stars. They're going to have a Texas coin logo on their jerseys. I'm not kidding. A bunch of people are going to Singapore, next week? They're going to be at the F1 races in Austin. I think people just don't really have an idea, Jason, of this is life-changing for a lot of people, especially if you're older, getting ready to retire. Maybe you're already retired. For a minimal, a 9-pack's, $8,955. Yeah, that's a little bit of money. It's not a ton, but it's a little bit of money. Dude, you're talking about, man, I'm probably going to be making $100 a day. How great would that be? Once a month. I'm going to sell $3,000 worth of my Texas coin and use that to subsidize my crappy Social Security. Well, what happens next? Well, I get coins every day. Every day. I keep getting them.
Oh, and by the way, if everybody likes Texas coin and people that missed out, because this is an unheard of coin right now, and people start buying it and the price explodes, oh, wait a minute, now all your coins are more valuable. So there's always that too.
That's crazy. By the way, we just bought about $1.5 million more in gold. Our liquidity pool is going to be at $5 million. And guess what? Another big price jump's coming. Get in.